There are many birds in the nature. Many of them you may have already seen, like eagles, hawks, pigeons, or any kind of bird. But in the state of California, in Baja California, there is an amazing species, the Gymnogyps californianus, or as the common name calls it, the California condor. My name is Lex Alzar, and with the help of various scientists, we will explain some information and facts you may or may not know about this fantastic bird. This is 10 minutes with the California condor. It's no secret that the California condor is a New World vulture, meaning he comes from the same family as the king vulture, turkey vulture, Andean condor, black vulture, and many others. But none of them are nearly as big as this giant. Its exact wingspan size is over 3 meters, making it the widest of any North American bird.
They usually weigh over 10 kilograms, and that's a lot for a bird.
Goes up to 12 kilograms, which is almost the same weight as a swan, one of the heaviest North American birds. Its movements are graceful, as their muscles are so light they quickly get to fly, and with their strong wings they can go miles without a single flap. They tend to fly up to a speed of 19 kilometers per hour, or 56 miles per hour, as high as 4,600 meters from the ground.
It stays with its partner for all eternity. Well, of course, when it dies.
They are monogamous, meaning they only live with one partner at a time and will never leave them unless something terrible happens.
It's a mind-blowing fact that they're able to just live with the same partner throughout the whole lifespan. Most species in the earth don't do that. They're one of the few species that actually are capable of doing that.
Condors are scavengers and eat pretty large amounts of carrion, and while this food may not seem like the best for surviving, they tend to live up to 60 years.
They reach their sexual top at the age of 7.
They only lay one egg at a time, and it has the longest amount of hatching time of all birds, or at least of the birds of its family. And that is another one of the reasons why they don't reproduce as quickly.
These birds tend to lay only one egg per year, and they hatch after 53 to 60 days of incubation by both parents. As both the mother and father stay together for all life, the baby condor will have a secure childhood with its family.
They are considered immature between the ages of 2 and 4 years. Before that, they start growing a white necklace that when it's older, it's not distinguished anymore.
They tend to be worshipped by some tribes actually, like the Wajo tribe of California.
Quilewas are an ancient tribe on Baja California, and they tend to believe that the condor, this condor in particular, every time a person died, the condor would take its soul and let it into the underworld.
However, not all tribes see this bird as a creator or helping hand to spirits, such as California's motto, which viewed the condor as a destroyer. So, the existence of this magnificent bird is not a secret to the world, and actually, it once populated the whole continent. All North and South America was home to this, not just California, but American condor.
Before the subdivision of the condor, they used to live pretty much in all America, from Argentina to Canada, but then it happened.
A massive extinction. The last glacial period was brutal for these birds, and the extinction of the Pleistocene megafauna led to a reduction in population. They roamed across the American southwest and west coast. Other animals like golden eagles, ravens, or even bears use and still destroy their eggs while the baby is still on it, making the hatching a hard work for both the baby and the parents.
Just imagine a species that live throughout the whole country being just wiped out from the face of the earth.
But what nature didn't finish, humans tried to. In the Lewis and Clark expedition, there is reported evidence of shooting of California condors near the Columbia River, and a lot of years after that, lead poisoning, DDT poisoning, electric power lines, egg collation, and habitat destruction. All of that made by humans has decreased its population. Cattle ranchers used to kill condors because they thought they killed their cattle, which led to the total extinction in most parts of the United States.
Due to their big wings and more, they used to be called demons. So farmers used to shot them and kill them because they thought they were a menace for sheep and more cows. But then they realized that more of them were dying, so they decided to do something. They let them alone, but it was already late. They were extinct.
The California Condor Recovery Plan was a program made as the condor's population declined, which wanted to keep the bird alive with everything they could, capturing the remaining wild condors and protecting them from the danger. The last condor was captured in Easter Sunday, 1987. The population grew, and in 1988, the program began reintroducing some condors into the wild, and by 2010, there were over 100 individuals. By 2011, 300 with 15 individuals, and by this year, over 500.
At this very moment, we count with 280 species of condors in the wildlife, and only 130 of them are in captivity.
There were also reintroduced to Mexico some refugees since 2007, and by 2016, over 10 eggs have been laid and hatched. So we could say it's working really good.
I love this bird. I've been studying it since I was 10 years old, and not just because it's a large bird. It's because it's in danger, and we need to do something to stop killing these beautiful birds and to keep them alive, because they, as I mentioned a lot of times, it is beautiful.
We as a planet and as a species must achieve something as big as getting this animal that we, along with the nature, along with anything, we destroy. We need to put it back on its nature, on where it belongs.
Magnificent. One of the many words to describe this bird that is currently being reintroduced to the nature that we, along with other natural factors, wiped out over 80% of its habitat. As for today, our time is over, but we hope you have enjoyed these minutes to talk about one of the Earth's greatest birds, the California Condor. I am Slex Alzar, and I wish to you a good night.